Welcome back, YouTube. My name is TayVikes28, and I am live once again here in the Toronto Huskies franchise. Sorry for the little audio difficulty there. It took me a second to get things rolling here, but we are once again live, as I mentioned. And up next, here in week number 3, we've got the Dallas Cowboys. But if you guys have not checked out weeks either 1 or 2 of year 3 here in the Toronto Huskies franchise, definitely go do that. Both of those weeks were really close games, a lot of fun, and I think that your Huskies, by the end of this season, they're going to have something to say about how this NFL season plays out. So definitely check those games out if you haven't. And up next, we've got the Cowboys, like I mentioned. But before we get into that game, let me check my audio and make sure everything sounds all right. And up next, we've got the Cowboys, like I mentioned. But before we get into that game, check my audio. Alright, sounds like the audio's alright. Hopefully there isn't too much of an echo there for a second. Had to check it, and it sounds pretty good. But anyways, as I mentioned, we have a few things to do before we jump into this game against the Cowboys. One thing that I do want to check out is this breakout player. We've got a breakout player, and I think there's a chance that we might be able to succeed. We haven't had one of these in a while. And it is Jalen Thompson, which is interesting because last week at the beginning of the week, at the beginning of that game last week, he really struggled. And then all of a sudden, he made 1 or 2 plays, and just like that, Jalen Thompson turned his entire week around. So now he's got to hold the Cowboys to 200 or fewer passing yards, or get an interception, forced fumble, tackle for loss, or a sack. Which last week he was able to find an interception. I don't know if it'll be something that we can count on, though, as it's not necessarily his specialty. But I believe it is time to jump into this thing. So for those of you that are new to the Toronto Huskies franchise, this is a little bit different than most franchises. We don't play the games. What I mean by that is you will still see every snap of every game. I will commentate over it for you guys. However, we do not go in there and play. It is a CPU versus CPU simulation style gameplay where we go ahead and it is all about team building in this. So how well can we put together a team and put a product on the football field that can win? That's what it's all about. It is a GM/head coach type of experience, and I think it's been a lot of fun so far. It really is rewarding when you can see your team go out there and win. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. As you see, once again, the opposing team, this time it's the Cowboys, are a higher overall than the Huskies. And you'll probably recognize a lot of the names for the Dallas Cowboys in this one because this Cowboys roster hasn't changed a ton. I will show you guys the roster when we get into the game. As you see here, your Toronto Huskies have traveled down south, and those are not your commentators. My name is TayVikes28, and I'll be your commentator today. And like I said, going down south, meeting up against the Dallas Cowboys. Will your Huskies be able to brave the heat today and come out with a win? We will have to wait and find out. As the Cowboys are coming onto the field, so are the Huskies. Everyone's ready to go, and the Huskies are a little upset. They had the lead for a good portion of last week, but could not come out with the win. So we're hoping that we see something different. And Latavius Murray had a heck of a game last week. 63 yards rushing, a touchdown, but 14, that's right, 14, okay, receptions last week. Absolutely mind-boggling stuff. But real quick, I want to show you guys the depth chart for the Dallas Cowboys. I'll quickly run through ours as well. You guys already know this here depth chart. Obviously, Aaron Jones is hurt still, so Latavius Murray is continuing to fill in that role. And as you see here, a lot of young players in this lineup. And the defense is quite similar to what you saw from last year. There's not a whole lot of change on that front. You might have a few new names like Micah Parsons, their rookie, coming in. And Linval Joseph got signed to help out across the defensive front. But for the most part, it is a very similar defense from last season. Big play Slay came back as well. As you see, the rookie Travis Etienne filling in on returns, both kick and punt returns. So what we got up here for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott is still their quarterback out there, and Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, the duo at running back, which will probably be a handful. Just like last week, Saquon Barkley was a handful, and I feel like Zeke will be another handful for this defense. Their receiving core is a little bit lackluster, though, because Amari Cooper is injured here in this one. So they've got Justin Ross, the rookie, as the #1 target, and then Reese Fountain. Not a very great receiving core here. Jordan Reed is their tight end, the veteran out there. And they still have some of the offensive linemen that you'll recognize, like Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Lael Collins. And then they also have some of the defensive playmakers that you've seen for quite a few years out there in Dallas, like DeMarcus Lawrence. They also have rookie PJ Mustipher. And Leighton Vander Esch is out there along with Jalen Smith and Isaiah Simmons. Pretty good linebacking core for this defense. And they have Chidobe Awuzie, who is a problem for me in Madden for some reason. And then they have Thomas Graham Jr., the rookie. Xavier Woods is still there. But they do have some holes. You know, they have some holes that could be utilized. Hopefully we can go ahead and do that. But let's see if we can watch our Huskies beat up on the Dallas Cowboys. Let's find out as the Huskies are kicking this one off today. And the Dallas Cowboys will start returning this one from inside their own end zone, breaking a tackle but not getting much further, out to the 22 as you see the new head coach out there in Dallas, Mike Tomlin. And Dak Prescott has started off very hot this season. No interceptions so far, almost 500 yards on the year, 4 touchdowns. So far, Dak is doing what he needs to keep the football safe and in the Cowboys' hands. But they're going to start off on 1st and 10 with a handoff to Zeke, and he gets a handful of yards here, up to the 25, setting up a 2nd and 7. And as you saw already, this offensive line, you'll recognize a lot of veterans there, but I think the wide receiving core is going to be something to keep an eye on today. Either someone's going to have to step up big in this one, or the Cowboys might have a little bit of a weaker spot there, as you see Zeke getting another carry, but nowhere to go as he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And you see this Huskies defense has been playing phenomenally well over the last season and a half, give or take. And I think that could continue here today. Last week they did struggle a little bit against Saquon Barkley, but if they can keep Zeke in check, then that could be... Ooh, what a nice play there by the defense, getting in there and getting the hands in to break that one up. Falling incomplete on third down, setting up hopefully a punt here, and that almost gets intercepted off the deflection by Quincy Williams. As you see, just great timing there by Richie Branch, the corner. But yes, if they can go ahead and hold Zeke, minimize Zeke's impact on this game, then I think that is the key to winning this one for the Huskies defense. Well, let's see if the offense for Toronto can get things going. Last week, they seemed to be rolling pretty well. We're going to start off with a return here. Nice spin move, getting out to about the 31-yard line is Travis Etienne. And now you see Trevor Nickerson, second-year quarterback, who started off pretty hot this year. Only 1 interception, 4 touchdowns, over 600 yards already. And let's see if he can continue with his possible year 2 leap here. And they're going to start off under center. And with a handoff and getting stuffed at the line there is Latavius Murray with nowhere to go. And like I mentioned, this offensive line, they do have a new addition after this past free agency. They were able to pick up David DeCastro up front, the veteran, hoping to give a little bit of interior help across that offensive line. So now here on 2nd and 10, Nickerson's in the gun as he drops back, throws it over to the left-hand side, and overthrows his target as it goes out of bounds there. And this Cowboys defense is a little different. They're running a 3-4 right now, where they're really trying to utilize as many of those linebackers as possible. That seems to be what they're building this defense on, is that linebacking core. And here on 3rd and 10, let's see what Toronto is able to do as Nickerson takes the snap, throws underneath, and that is going to be caught by Travis Kelce, but only for about 5 yards, so that's going to set up a 3-and-out from Toronto. So that is 2 straight 3-and-outs from both of these teams. As Matt Hawk is setting up to punt this one away. This is going to be an interesting battle here. I feel like whoever ends up finding the points on the board first will end up taking the big advantage in this game. As you see, that one goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback, meaning Dallas will be taken over at the 20-yard line. As Dak Prescott lines up here in the gun on 1st down. Handful of receivers to the right-hand side. And he's trying to set up a screen, though, to the left, as looks like Zeke is going to get a good distance downfield, down the sideline, past the 40, to the 30, and eventually gets knocked out of bounds. That is, I believe, 53 yards on the screen pass from Zeke, as he just has enough speed to get away from a handful of players, including Jalen Thompson. Really impressive stuff right there from Zeke as he eventually gets knocked out of bounds by Richie Branch. But they are already inside field goal range just like that. It's now 1st and 10 at the 27. Dak drops back, throws to the right-hand side. That is caught. It's going to be good for another 1st down here, as that is Reese Fountain, his first catch on the day. Continuing to play from the gun. This time it is a handoff to Zeke, getting about 3 yards there. It's now 2nd and 7. They got 2 receivers to the left-hand side here as Dak is going to put Zeke in motion out of the backfield. So now it's empty backfield, 2nd and 7. Drops back. Pretty good pocket here, and a throw over the middle. That is caught. Yes, that is caught at the 2-yard line by Reese Fountain. Now Dak again empty, and he's trying to fade this one to the corner, and that is caught for a touchdown. What a throw. That is Jordan Reed in the corner of the end zone. First points on the board go to Dallas. Nice little fade route, and that is going to be perfectly placed by Dak Prescott. There's not much more you can ask for, as that was Jordan Hicks in coverage. They're going to take a look at this one, make sure Jordan Reed got his... Make sure he got his feet in bounds here, but it sure looked like a touchdown to me. As you see right there, it looks like all 10 toes were down. And they are, in fact, going to give it to him, so it is going to be, pending this extra point, a 7-point lead for Dallas as they strike first in this one with a couple of big plays leading them down the field. It only took them just over 2 minutes to find the end zone there. Alright, so they go ahead and kick this one off once again. This one's going to get returned from the 5 out past the 25 to the 30. And that is where this Toronto offense takes over. They're going to need to have some sort of an answer here for Dallas, because you cannot let Dallas stretch this lead out, especially with a running back like Ezekiel Elliott. They'll be able to bleed the clock out. So they're going to start this thing off under center on 1st and 10. And it's going to be a pump fake and then throwing deep down the middle, and that is going to be caught at the 45, and getting up to the 47 is T. Higgins. Gain of about 18 yards there. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 47, and just like that, they're near midfield already. So now continuing under center, receiver on each side. But it's going to be a handoff here, and some room for Latavius Murray as he gets out there for a 1st down to the 42-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch eventually tackling him. And you'll be able to see as this game goes on, that is one thing that I like about the way Latavius Murray runs. He may not be the fastest at this point or necessarily the most powerful, but he is able to find those openings and give his offensive line and his blockers up front enough time to create openings and find them quite easily. And on that 1st down, you saw a nice throw there for 6 yards, and this time it is going to be a handoff that goes for a 1st down and then some as Latavius Murray gets out to the 26. Now they're in field goal range. Safety creeping up here on 1st and 10. It's going to be a blitz, and this time it's blown up in the backfield as Travis Etienne tries to get something out of that. But instead, DeMarcus Lawrence wraps him up for a 2-yard loss. So now in 2nd and 12, they're going to be going empty backfield here. As Nickerson throws quickly to the right-hand side, that is caught by Travis Kelce at the 19-yard line. It's now 3rd and 3. Safety creeping up once more. They're going single high here as Nickerson drops back under pressure, sending a blitz and going down at the 26-yard line. That is going to be a sack for DeMarcus Lawrence. So most likely that's going to be setting up a field goal for Toronto. .43-yard attempt for Josh Lambo is good. That's going to put Toronto on the board finally. 3-7 right now, 4-point difference. And they're going to need their defense to step up here. So this is going to be a touchback for Dallas, as this is going to be setting up a 1st and 10 at the 25 now, as Dak Prescott comes back out onto the football field, having put together a nice drive there last time. As they're going to continue to play from under center here. And a quick throw outside, though, as this is caught for about 2 yards. It's now setting up a 2nd and 8, as that was Justin Ross with the reception, and trying to run this one up the gut with nowhere to go as Zeke is stuffed at the line. So now it is 3rd and 8, empty backfield here as Dak drops back. A couple receivers to the left-hand side, under pressure, and a fumble, as that is picked up by an offensive lineman there. That is very lucky, as looks like Dak was trying to roll out, but as he does so, that is Floyd Ellis who forces the fumble there. And we mentioned having this defense step up, and they stepped up big there. That's going to be a 3 and out. As you see, a fair catch there at the 27, and that's going to be where Toronto's offense takes over with about a minute to go here in the first quarter. And they're going to start off with a handoff here, as that goes up the gut for about 6 yards. As you see, Latavius Murray continues to be a pretty good part of this offense, and while the running game is definitely different with Murray versus Aaron Jones, it seems to be working, though, with Latavius Murray, as we see another one here, and this time enough for a 1st down, as that goes for about 8 yards. So now in I formation, it's going to be a fake to the running back as Nickerson pushing the ball downfield, and that is caught at the 35 and down at the 34. That is Jonnu Smith with a 25-yard reception there. And the starting tight end from last year continues to make some impactful plays here throughout the first couple of games of this season, despite playing second fiddle to Travis Kelce. And that is going to be the end of this first quarter, with Toronto down 3-7, but driving right now. It's now 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line, in field goal range, and putting a man in motion from right to left. They're going to fake it to him, instead handing off to Latavius Murray as he gets up to the 31, getting about 3 yards there. So going back to the running game again, this time getting stuffed in the backfield. That's going to be a 1-yard loss for Murray there, setting up a 3rd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now 3rd and 8, they got 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Low snap, and they're going with a run here, and it is going to surprise the defense just enough and allow Latavius Murray to get to the first down marker there. And that's going to be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Interesting play call, but as you see, it worked, getting just enough yardage. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 23 with some extra big bodies on the field here. They're going to fake to the running back, though. Instead, throw deep down the sideline. That is going to be caught at the 2-yard line. Travis Kelce with the reception. And that's setting up a 1st and goal. Big plays getting made here by Toronto, as this is the closest they've gotten to the end zone. It's now setting up an I formation on 1st and goal. It is in fact going to be going to Travis Etienne, who makes a spin move and is able to actually get about a yard out of that. So now to 2nd and goal. They're going 4 wide here and putting a man in motion. That is Travis Kelce with the rush, and that is in for the touchdown. What a play call as Travis Kelce runs it in. That's something I don't think anyone expected. Showing off the power a bit. And that is going to give Toronto, pending this extra point, a 10-7 lead right now with about 8.5 to go in this 2nd quarter. So now Josh Lambo's kicking this one off as Dallas is going to return from about the 4-yard line out to the 26. All right, in the gun here on 1st down. It's going to be handoff to Ezekiel Elliott, who gets a little bit of traffic in front of him and gets taken down for a loss by Quincy Williams. So now it is 2nd and 11. And Quincy Williams has really been a staple across the first couple of seasons for this Toronto Huskies franchise, and he continues to make plays here now in year 3. And here on 2nd and 11, it's going to be a pitch outside, and Ezekiel Elliott gets about a yard on that, setting up a 3rd and 10, going 4 wide here, as Dak's going to drop back, sending a blitz, and under pressure, that is going to be Quincy Williams again making a big play. This time it's a sack on 3rd down, setting up a 4th and 19 and a punt from Dallas. So now Chris Jones lining up to punt this one away. Gets it off at about the 6. Pretty good punt. See what type of return they get. Out past the 30 to the 32. And that is where Trevor Nickerson and this offense come back out onto the football field with an opportunity now to take a 2-score lead if they can find the end zone once again. But they're going to start off empty backfield here for Nickerson, as he's going to throw quick to that left-hand side, caught at the 41. Gaining 9 yards on 1st down. Now they're going with a run here up the gut, and Murray has nowhere to go. Getting put down of the line of scrimmage So it is a 3rd and 1 here at the 41-yard line. And Nickerson's going to throw quick, and that is going to be caught at the 45, as that is CeeDee Lamb with the reception, only his 2nd catch of the day. So now 1st and 10 at the 45. You got a handful of receivers to the left-hand side. It's going to be a run, though, as Murray has nowhere to go again. Getting stuffed at the 45, this time by Isaiah Simmons. So now they're going under center here on 2nd and 11. Going back to the running game once more. They're not giving up. Getting a couple of yards, but not much. Setting up a 3rd and 8 now. They're going 4 wide. 3 receivers to the right-hand side here. As Nickerson's going to drop back and throw over to that right-hand side. And it is caught out of the back, or excuse me, not out of the backfield, but by Keontae Bonds, but only getting 7 yards there. So it's going to be a 4th and 1 at the 45-yard line. This might be decision time here. As it looks like they're going to go ahead and elect for the punt. As Matt Hawk gets this one off. And it goes out of bounds at the 16-yard line. That is where Dak Prescott takes over here. Let's see what this Cowboys offense has for an answer, or if Toronto can continue playing at a high level on the defensive side. They're going to start with a handoff here to Zeke up the middle, and he is making some moves, but eventually gets taken down at the 22. A gain of about 6 yards there on 1st down. Now 2nd and 4. Dak is in the gun as he drops back here, throws quick outside. That is caught going down the sideline and eventually getting him down at the 34, as that is Jordan Reed with his 2nd catch of the day. Good enough for a 1st down. And now a quick throw here, actually. Faked the running back on an RPO and goes instead with the passing option here to Reese Fountain for a 1st down. 3rd catch on the day for him. And I apologize for the noise in the background. We got a train going by if you guys hear that. Now we've got 1st and 10 at the 46. Just over 2 minutes to go in this 1st half, and that is a low ball but incomplete for the intended target there. So now it is 2nd and 10 at the 46. It's going to be handoff this time, and Zeke has nowhere to go, getting stuffed in the backfield. About a 1 or 2 yard loss. That is Micah Parsons making the play. And that is going to lead us to the 2-minute warning here. Score is still 10-7, and Toronto has the lead right now, and setting up a 3rd and 12 coming out of the break. As it looks like they're putting a man in motion. That is Ezekiel Elliott out wide. It's now 3rd and 12. Dak has all the time in the world, but is unable to complete the pass, as it looks like the intended receiver just simply dropped it. That is Darius Slay on coverage, as it almost looked like a repeat of the first play on that 1st down. So now they're going with a punt here, and it's a pretty big one going into the end zone for a touchback. So we got 1:51 on the clock, and one more opportunity for this Toronto offense to try and get some more points on the board and stretch this lead out before halftime. As Nickerson's going to start off with a quick throw, and that is a dangerous one. Somehow caught by Travis Kelce, but only for a gain of 1. So now it is 2nd and 9. As Nickerson's going to drop back and throw over the middle. This is caught out past the 40 to the 43. As that is Keontae Bonds with his 3rd catch of the day. And another first down for Toronto. 1:10 and counting right now. As you see there, Bonds with some good separation downfield. Allows Trevor Nickerson to find him. It's now just over a minute to go. They're going empty backfield here for Nickerson as it's a quick throw over the middle, and that is caught. And running downfield is, I believe, T. Higgins. And finally, they call a timeout. But I believe that's going to be good enough for field goal range down at the 34. So continuing to run empty here on 1st and 10. And a quick throw once more over the middle. This is caught at the 28. Timeout number 2 taken. But that officially secures them into field goal range. They got 51 seconds to go. Nickerson's going to throw again over the middle. This one's good enough for a first down as Travis Kelce catches this one at the 21. 30 seconds to go and counting. Nickerson again taking the snap, and again over the middle. They just continue to take what the defense is giving them. This time out to the 14, and eventually taking a timeout here with about 15 seconds to go. They might have 1 or 2 opportunities at the end zone. So they're going 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line, 15 seconds to go. Nickerson drops back, throwing to the end zone, and I don't know what he saw there. It looked like he had an opportunity, but just simply missed his target. It's now 3rd down. Nickerson throwing to the end zone again. That is caught at the 1-yard line, though. And that is going to end the half. Oh, what a heartbreaking set of events. I thought it was going to the end zone, but it just was short. And not enough time for them to get up there. And that's how this one ends this half. So let's take a look around the league, though, as Tennessee is playing host to Jameis Winston and the Broncos, who are currently beating the Trey Lance-led Titans 21-14. Then up in Chicago, New York is coming to town. Sam Darnold struggling right now against the Nathan Russell-led Bears, who are leading 14-3 at home. And then traveling up to New York, where Minnesota has come to town. And I believe that is Jamie Newman for the Vikings, showing off against the Tua-led Giants, who just beat your Huskies last week, but are currently down 14-7 to the Minnesota Vikings. And as you saw in that first half, it's been a pretty back-and-forth game here. Big plays made by both sides, and it's going to probably continue to be just like that. But if Toronto's defense can continue to keep Ezekiel Elliott in check, with the exception of that screen pass, he really hasn't done a whole lot in this one, and I think that's a big part of why Toronto is leading right now, 10-7 coming out of the break. And Toronto's going to actually have the ball here first in this second half, and it's going to be a handoff up the gut, good enough for a first down, and then some from Latavius Murray, getting out to the 36-yard line, as he's got over 50 yards on the ground so far today. It's now 1st and 10, putting a man in motion. They're going to fake it to him, instead going to Latavius Murray, who's trying to get this one outside. Is unable to do so, getting a gain of about 3 yards there. And it looks like they're going to be audibling this Quick audible at the line. It's going to be 2nd and 7, and that one gets stuffed. But they do gain about 2 on that, setting up a 3rd and 5. Bunch set to the right-hand side for Toronto as Nickerson throws that to that right side, and that is caught for a first down by Travis Kelce. And Nickerson is having a great start to his day as he is 18 for 20 so far. Can't ask for much more than that. And Travis Kelce was the big offseason addition for this offense, as it wasn't necessarily something they needed, but an opportunity arose, and they took full advantage of getting a great playmaker, making a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs, and as a first down, or almost first down there, as it's about 9.5 yards on that first down pass from Nickerson to Jonnu Smith gets completed. But as I was saying, though, Travis Kelce, a deal was made to ship him from the Kansas City Chiefs here to Toronto with a handful of draft picks going to Kansas City. And a quick throw outside as that one goes off the helmet, actually, of the intended target. So now it is 3rd and inches, going in I formation, but instead electing to throw, and it's going to be a quick throw to the right-hand side, and that is caught by CeeDee Lamb for a first down at the 33-yard line. That should be setting them up into field goal range. A nice low pass from Trevor Nickerson. That is a perfect position to put that ball where no one except your receiver can make a play on it. Very smart play there by the second-year quarterback. And I've been pretty impressed with what Trevor Nickerson has done so far this season. I knew coming out of last year that Nickerson had great potential. You know, the stats may not have looked great necessarily, but I could see it from his gameplay. And here is another handoff for Latavius Murray on first down, getting a couple of yards. But I'm very excited to see if there's a year 2 leap here for Nickerson. And you see him throwing here outside and overthrowing his target. So it's going to be a 3rd and 8 now at the 31-yard line. As Nickerson's going to throw over the middle, that is caught at the 24, but about a yard short by T. Higgins there. But that should be good enough for a field goal attempt. As Josh Lambo setting up another field goal here. And it is good. Speaking of Josh Lambo, his contract is up after this season. And I believe we've heard some rumblings that there might be some contract negotiations going on right now between the Toronto Huskies and Josh Lambo. I'd like to see him stay here in Toronto. He's been very, very consistent for the Huskies. As we see a return here from Dallas out to the 31-yard line. Pretty good return from Tony Pollard there. But I've been pretty impressed with what Josh Lambo's put together here. He rarely misses field goals, and he's got a real nice leg that I think has helped Toronto on multiple occasions. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Dallas in the gun, going 4 wide here. They're going to throw to the right-hand side, and that is intercepted, and that's going to be returned all the way to the end zone. That's a pick 6. Touchdown, Toronto. What a turn of events. That is Marshawn Lattimore, who just jumped the route and ran that one better than the receiver. And that is a huge play here. And as I mentioned, those receivers, that lackluster receiving talent could pose problems for Dallas, and that's exactly what happened there. Maybe a more veteran receiver there, as we see a 2-point conversion good to Travis Kelce, making the score 21-7. But as I was saying, I feel like a more veteran receiver like an Amari Cooper may have come back to the football there to try and at least make it more difficult for the corner to intercept that. But a huge play by Marshawn Lattimore, not only to intercept it, to get the quick return for a touchdown, as Dak right now not looking too hot after that big mistake. He's going to try and put that one past him, though, starting off empty backfield here. And it's going to be a quick throw, and another one that gets jumped, and this one only gets batted away. It's now 2nd and 10. I don't know what's going on. Dak is looking a little flustered right now. I'm going to throw over to that left-hand side. That is caught, going down the sideline and getting out to the 28-yard line, as that is Jordan Reed for about 46 yards. I don't know, I feel like Jordan Reed has been cooking Jordan Hicks so far in this one. I don't know, we might have to make a change here at some point if this continues. So back under center and a handoff to Zeke, who gets up past the 20 to the 17. That's going to be good enough for another first down. It's now in the red zone. Let's see if Toronto's defense can bend but not break. And a quick throw outside here, trying to set up a screen, and that is blown up by the defense, who read that like a book. So that's going to set up a 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line. And now going back to the running game as Ezekiel Elliott tries to head outside, making a move and getting tackled eventually from behind. Nice set of moves there from Zeke, who makes a cut and just pushes upfield up to about the 6-yard line, and another first down for Dallas. So now it is 1st and goal. As you see, a little stiff arm and then a juke, and eventually getting tackled from behind. Nice play there by Ezekiel Elliott. So now it looks like they're going single high safety here for Toronto. It's going to be 1st and goal. A lot of time for Dak, who eventually finds his target in the back of the end zone, as that is Reese Fountain for the touchdown. Trying to cut this lead in half. As it looks like they're going to actually review this one to make sure he got both feet down and possession of the ball before. I don't know. That's awfully close. It really depends on when they determine he had possession. If it's right at the beginning, then that second foot was down. But if not, then that will be only 1 foot counted. As it looks like they're going to give it to him. Possession at the very beginning there. Gets both feet in bounds. And a dangerous PAT there. Almost gets blocked. But it is good. So setting up a 14-21 score now for as Dallas gets that lead cut in half. Now setting up a touchback here from Toronto. And that is going to be setting up a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And let's see if this offense can continue the great play that it put on display on that last drive. They're going to start off with a 3 receivers to the left-hand side there. They're going to pump fake there and going instead deep down the middle as that is caught. What an impressive catch there from CeeDee Lamb. Contested catch, and it does not matter. 23 yards downfield. 5th catch of the day, right over the linebacker and between 2 other defensive backs. Impressive stuff. High pointing the ball. CeeDee Lamb. And that is why he's the #1 receiver for Toronto. So now 1st and 10 here at the 48-yard line. They're going to fake to the running back and a quick throw outside. That is CeeDee Lamb making a man miss and getting down the sideline inside the 30 down to the 29. As that's going to be 24 yards for CeeDee Lamb. So 23 on the last play, 24 on this one. And just like that, that's almost 50 yards on 2 plays. And you really saw the burst from CeeDee Lamb on that play. He's got some good speed, and he's able to get up to that top speed pretty quickly. It's one thing that really helps him in his game. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line in field goal range already. Empty backfield here as Nickerson is going to have a quick throw outside. That is caught by Travis Kelce. Good enough for another 1st down, setting up a 1st and 10 now at the 18-yard line, as I believe that was his 8th catch on the day. And a little bit of pressure there, but finding his favorite target, it seems like now, and that is Travis Kelce. Gain of 7 yards there, out to the 12-yard line now. So 2nd and 3 going I formation, trying to run this one up the gut, getting a couple out to the 10-yard line. So now it is 3rd and 1. As Nickerson is under center, putting a man in motion from left to right, and faking to the running back. Under pressure, though, as he is going down. That is DeMarcus Lawrence with the sack. And that is going to put an end to this drive for Toronto. But they are in field goal range, so expect a field goal attempt here to extend this lead back to a 2-score lead. And Josh Lambo hits another one, putting the Toronto Huskies up 24-14 over the Cowboys right now. Pretty good effort so far from both sides of the football today. And now they're going to go ahead and kick this one off back to Dallas, as it's going to be returned from about the 6-yard line out past the 20 to the 26. So 10-point deficit right now for Dallas. Although with Ezekiel Elliott, that could be gone in the matter of a blink of an eye. But they're starting off in empty formation here, as Dak is electing to run this one. Interesting play call as he gets out to the 35, gaining 9 yards there. That was dangerous. But he does have some mobility, and so now they're going back to the running game. This time Zeke, as he is stuffed before the line to gain. So it's 3rd and inches here, going I formation. And they are going to fake it to Zeke, and under pressure is Dak as he goes down again. This time it is Micah Parsons getting to him. And despite some elite offensive linemen that Dallas has, the Toronto pass rush is just a little bit more elite, if you know what I mean, as I'm really impressed so far with what they've been able to do in key moments as well. Like right there on a 3rd and inches, they're able to get a sack. Huge play and force a punt here as this 3rd quarter is winding down. And a pretty good punt as it eventually goes into the end zone for a touchback. So that's going to set up a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And they're going to start off in I formation, and instead it's going to be instead of a run, it's going to be a pass though here, as that's going to be caught for a 8-yard catch there, and that's going to be the end of this third quarter, as the Huskies lead 24-14 heading into the fourth. Now, they had a lead going into the fourth quarter last week. We all know what happened there, and wow, what a play on 2nd and 2. Tristan Hill getting through for a sack as they try and do a quick throw outside, and he just simply almost comes untouched, it felt like. But no, what actually happened is he jumps over the center. Impressive stuff there. So now it's 3rd and 3 at the 27-yard line. Nickerson trying to set up a screen pass, completing it, and that is good enough for a 1st down, getting out to the 37, as that is Latavius Murray once again showing off his dual skill set. And I believe that's actually his first catch on the day, despite last week having about, I think it was 13 or 14 receptions. Only one so far today. So it looks like they are audibling here and putting Latavius Murray outside, so empty backfield, as Nickerson's going to throw quickly. That is caught, but not for much more than maybe a yard there by Travis Kelce. His 10th catch, though, on the day, setting up a 2nd and 9. And it was hard to tell there with the sun. It almost looked like it got intercepted, because I couldn't tell the color of the jersey there for a second. But now it is 2nd and 9. There's about under 9.5 to go here, as Nickerson has a deep drop, throwing out to the right-hand side. That is caught for a 1st down. CeeDee Lamb again making a play downfield. His 7th catch of the day. Goes for another 1st down, and a quick throw outside here, as again, that is CeeDee Lamb making, or no, that is Keontae Bonds, excuse me, making something out of nothing there, getting 4 yards on that reception. It's now 2nd and 6. It's going to be a handoff, and plenty of room for Latavius Murray, who is rumbling downfield, down to the 32, and another 1st down for Toronto. They are nearing the 8-minute mark here in this fourth quarter. And right now, Toronto has all the momentum in the world, just trying to hold on and run out these last 8 minutes. So now 1st and 10 in I formation. A couple receivers to the right-hand side. It is, in fact, going to be a run up the gut, getting about 3 yards there on 1st down. So now 2nd and 7, continuing in I formation. And why not continue with the running game? And this time it is Travis Etienne who is making a couple of people miss, showing off the moves there and the speed to get outside. And that's going to be good enough for a 1st down. Nice run there from Travis Etienne. Shows off the juke moves not once but twice. And look at that. He has some good explosive ability. I think he could be a nice piece for this offense moving into the future. As you see Demario Davis on the sideline, hyping up his defense. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Bunch set to the left-hand side. It's going to be a pitch to that side. And missing the block there, actually, was, I believe, Adam Ritter. or maybe that was David DeCastro, I couldn't quite tell. But either way, they missed the block. That was Adam Ritter. So Etienne goes down for a loss. So now it is 2nd and 12. Going 4 wide here, 2 on each side. And it's going to be a high snap, but a handled. And look at the power from Latavius Murray. And that is going to be a face mask on Dallas. Give them some extra yardage on top of it. And that's going to set them up with a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. An impressive run there from Latavius Murray, who spins out a one tackler, stiff arms another, runs over a third, and gets face masked on top of it. So now 1st and goal. And trying to get this outside and overthrowing it, almost just throwing it away, is Trevor Nickerson. With about 6 minutes to go, it is 2nd and goal here. And they're going back to the running game as Latavius Murray gets a couple there out to the 5-yard line, setting up a 3rd and goal now. Empty backfield here for Nickerson. As he drops back and throws to the end zone, finding his target. That is T. Higgins with the touchdown and extending this lead even farther, as that is going to be a 31-14 lead pending the extra point. And a really dominant statement getting made here from Toronto, who is definitely playing a little angry after they lost that game and lost their winning streak that dated back to last season. So now it is 31-14. As you see Mike Tomlin trying to talk to his guys on the sideline, get something etched away here, but with only 5.5 minutes to go, not a lot of time to change the outcome of this one, as they're going to start with a touchback here. So they're going to start off in the gun, 1st and 10, as Dak drops back, throws to the right-hand side. That is not caught, as the force of the impact there knocks that football loose. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. 3 receivers to that left-hand side as Dak throws that way, and it's going to be caught down the sideline, as that's going to be 22 yards to Reese Fountain, who seems to be the #1 target, not Justin Ross. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 47. Dak with a deep drop here and throw underneath to Zeke, who gets out to midfield. And he's been pretty quiet today. Outside of that big screenplay earlier, Ezekiel Elliott has been held in check for the most part. And trying to set up another screen, and this is going to bounce off of the shoulder pad of the offensive lineman there. It looks like Dak didn't have enough time to get the throw off. So now it is 3rd and 7, and a quick throw over the middle that is through in and out of the receiver's hands, as that is the 4th dropped catch on the day for him. And we mentioned it at the beginning, this receiving core could pose some problems, and that's exactly the type of problem we're talking about. So now 4th and 7, Dak throwing over the middle and incomplete. Turnover on downs, contested catch, doesn't go their way. So now Toronto taking over at midfield. Perfectly timed play there by the defender. as you see Trevor Nickerson having another phenomenal day. 5 incompletions, over 300 yards, no interceptions, couple of touchdowns. Can't ask for much more from him today, as he's going to start off with a run here, actually, as Nickerson takes off for about 3 yards on first down, setting up a 2nd and 7 here. Putting a man in motion. They're going to fake it to him, instead going back to Latavius Murray, and actually losing a yard there. So now it's 3rd and 8. As you see, DeMarcus Lawrence has had a pretty good day today, having a couple of sacks and some tackles for loss, but you can't do it all yourself. So now it's 3rd and 8 inside 3 minutes to go. As Nickerson's going to go with a handoff, and breaking a tackle is Latavius Murray, and that's going to get him back to the line of scrimmage there. So it's going to set up a 4th and 7 and most likely a punt, as that was really just a drive essentially made to use up the clock. Nothing but some designed runs there. And this is going to be closing in on the 2-minute warning now, as this punt goes through the end zone for a touchback with about 2:07 left in this game. As you see, Ezekiel Elliott has been really held in check today. Very impressed with what Toronto's been able to do on that front. So now 2:07 left to go. Empty backfield here for Dak Prescott as he takes the snap and throws to the left-hand side, and that is caught at the 33-yard line. Good enough for a first down. That is Justin Ross, only his 2nd catch of the day for the rookie. So now setting up another screen pass, unable to get the ball to him though. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning coming out of that.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
So now 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line. As Dak's going to go with a handoff here to Zeke, who has some room, getting out to the 42. And looks like a timeout here from Dallas. First of their 3 timeouts getting taken here. Setting up a 3rd and 1 at the 42-yard line. As Dak drops back, has all the time in the world, finds a receiver, but drops it again. That is number 85, his 5th dropped catch on the day. And I'm not sure who 85 is off the top of my head there, but that is his 5th dropped catch on the day. So now 4th and 1. It is 4-down territory at this point. And it looks like they're putting Ezekiel Elliott out in motion. So empty backfield here. As Dak drops back and throws quickly, it's going to be caught for the first down. 6-yard gain there, setting up a 1st and 10 at the 48. Dak again throws to Zeke out of the backfield, who cuts it upfield, getting down to the 33-yard line, but not getting out of bounds. Mistake there from Zeke, as Dak is under pressure here, and another fumble, and this is going to be picked up and returned by Adarius Evans down the sideline. That is a scoop and score from Toronto, as they have just quieted this crowd in Dallas. As all these thousands of people, and you could probably hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, as Josh Lambo setting up for the extra point. And that is going to give Toronto a 38-14 lead over Dallas. An absolute butt whooping is what has been put on display here in week number 3. They started off close, but then in the second half, Toronto just put their pedal to the metal and never let up on both sides of the football. As you see, Dak struggling today. So now 1st and 10. As Dak's going to just try and pad some stats here. Looks like that's Tony Pollard out of the backfield. Going to take their second timeout. 31 seconds to go. And again, going deep over the middle this time and incomplete. Perfectly timed hit once more from Toronto's defense, forcing an incompletion. It's now 3rd and 6 as Dak drops back, throws to the left-hand side, and almost intercepted. Big play Slay got his hands on it, but couldn't make the play. Interesting play call. They are electing to punt this one away. And a nice return here from Travis Etienne out to the 33. And it looks like victory formation now for Toronto. Very excited to see another win in the column for Toronto. 38-14 final. And it wasn't really close after the second half started. It was all Toronto. As you see, they led in literally every single category today. That was a full team effort from Toronto and a big win against a team that very well could be in the playoffs at some point. So I am a little bit curious as to which receiver had all those drops. It was Justin Ross. Wow. So that is why he only had 2 catches on the day, because there were 5 of them that he dropped. Huh. I did not realize that Justin Ross was number 85. So he did have opportunities. And the reason he was so quiet, because every opportunity he had slipped through his fingers. Literally. So that is going to end this week 3 matchup. And I will not be advancing it quite yet. Because we do have... I have to figure out the scouting and whatnot like that. And I also want to just do a little bit of research to make sure I give us our best possible... I guess, opportunity here for a good class. I'm trying to decide if I want to create or put in another created class, or if I want to just run one season with a automatic generated class. I'm trying to decide which route I want to go, but we will decide on that in the future. But let's go ahead and see if we got this breakout player, and it looks like we did. Jalen Thompson is now star dev. So that's going to help his development out a little bit. Really good stuff to see. And so now, heading into week number 4, which will be our bye, we are going into the bye 2-1 with a winning record. And we're already a third of the way to our total wins last year, and we're only through 3 weeks. So that's really nice to see. I'm really impressed with what our team has been able to do. And especially Trevor Nickerson's play so far this season has been outstanding. You cannot ask for more from a second-year quarterback. So I'm very impressed with what he's been able to do. And real quick, if you guys would like to see me re-sign any of these players this season, let me know. They all have expiring contracts, and some of them are some big names. And then we've got some veterans here as well who will have to decide their future. So let me know if you want to see any of these guys return, and we will get to work on that as the season gets into motion. And I think Josh Lambo, we might go ahead and just give the man a contract. I mean, how can you not? He is so consistent for us. And I think that a 5-year deal will keep him around for a while. So let's go ahead and re-sign him. And he actually wants more money. Interesting. So we'll have to decide if that is worth it or not for a kicker. But anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this week 3 stream up. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Tayvikes28. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and make sure to tune in next time when we play the Chargers, I believe, that in week 5, and you will also get to see a possible scouting update next time once I determine what I'm doing with that. But thank you guys again for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day.